Go ahead and find a nice long straight spine, whatever that means for you. You can lie on your mat, sit comfortably, cross your legs, have your feet out in front of you, close your eyes, and notice what's happening inside of you. We have an inner life and an outer life. The inner life is your breath. The inner life is that deep gut emotion when you have a sensation in your heart. It's that feeling before the mind tries to put words to it, to analyze it, to make sense of it. And then we have this outer life. We have the music, we have the cars going by, we have the sounds around us, we have movements in the physical body, we have my voice, my guidance, we have the outer life. And then in the outer life is also our past and our future. So we have all of our trauma and all of the things from which we have learned in our past. And then we have all of our desires, responsibilities, and dreams in our future. So for now, what I would like for you to do is whatever's happening in your outer life, I want you to inhale all of that in through the nose. Hold the breath. See if you can feel that inner life getting a little louder, and then open the mouth and let it out. Then one more time, take a deep inhale in anything from your outer life, responsibilities, needs, pains, traumas. Hold the breath, and open the mouth, let it out. One more time, pull in anything that's still holding on from that outer life. Hold the breath at the top, and then open the mouth and let it out. You can continue these breaths if you would like. And I want you to keep coming deeper and deeper into this inner life, this inner existence. And ask yourself, is it possible to live a life that has no mistakes? In our outer life, we may have a lot of situations that seem like mistakes. We go, oh my gosh, why did I make that decision? Oh, I can't believe I just fell over in Ardha Chandrasana on my mat in yoga. Oh, I planned out everything, but now I have to change the plan because things have changed. So our outer life, we can perceive a lot of mistakes. Hindsight is 20/20. But our inner life is right here, right now. So in our inner life, we will never consciously make a mistake. In this moment right now, we will always make the best choice that we know how to make. Even when it comes to us making choices that we perceive as being bad choices over and over and over again, we only ever make a bad choice in ignorance. And if we make that same bad choice over and over again, it just means we haven't learned it yet. It just means it hasn't become conscious. It hasn't become part of our inner life. So as we sit and breathe deeply, take a deep inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale out. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. 3, 2, 1. Slow exhale out. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. Reach the crown of the head a little bit higher. Exhale, keep that length, but relax the shoulders, knees, and hips. Deep inhale in, let your belly fill up, let the diaphragm fill up. Slow exhale out, push the belly back toward the spine, push out a little extra air. Continue this long inhale in, long exhale out. And then as we begin to move on our mat, I want you to recognize that everything that happens in your body is an internal experience in the now. So yes, maybe at some point in the future you'll have your feet behind your head and you can fold yourself in half backward. But that will happen then. Let yourself, from the point of view of your outer life, let yourself make mistakes. And recognize that this is a safe place. Because your inner life, there are no mistakes. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale, the hands in front of the heart. May all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. You can reach down, change the crossing of your legs if you would like. Grab your shins, take an inhale in, spill the belly out, shine the heart up. Exhale, send the back far back behind you, pull against your knees. Inhale, heading all the way forward. Exhale, heading all the way back. Move with your breath. Feel that warming up through the spine, warming up through the shoulders, even down into the hips. And then as you feel ready, moving with your breath, pick a direction, start to roll the body. Really exploring, pressing down on the opposite leg as you head toward one side. What happens when you get the head, the shoulders, the hips involved, the toes, the fingers. Just exploring through the nervous system, exploring with your breath. And again, remembering that there are no conscious mistakes. When we can bring our awareness completely into this moment, completely into the now, we cannot make a mistake. Now, if we do something, and then we look back on it, and we go, oh, that kind of hurt. Well, maybe that wasn't quite right. Take it in the opposite direction as you're ready. Then we've learned from it, and so therefore even then it's not a mistake. Because we can't possibly get better or improve at anything in our lives without first making mistakes. So don't let the fear of making a mistake keep you from exploring, keep you from trying. Very nice. And then as you feel ready, make your way to downward facing dog. See if you can keep that same connection to your breath. Where can I inhale? Where can I exhale? Where can I feel that extension? Where can I feel the length through my fingertips? Just exploring. When you find your way to your downward dog, pull the low ribs in. You can bend one knee and then the other, really press down through the tips of the fingers. And then inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga, shoulders way out, elbows in. Exhale all the way down to your mat. Untuck the toes. Inhale up for cobra. Really engage the low back. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale down, tuck the toes. Inhale up for plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Walk to the front of the mat. Exhale down, forward fold. Feet hip distance apart. Really release the weight of the head. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, release down a little bit deeper, pull against the backs of the ankles, a little bend in the knees, inhale, rolling up. all the way. Reach the arms out and up. Exhale, hands to heart center. And then inhale and reach long. Keep the pelvis slightly tucked forward, core engaged. Exhale, lead with the heart, head all the way down. Inhale, coming halfway up. Move with your breath, warming up the breath. Exhale, place the hands down, stepping back to plank. Take an inhale in. Keep everything active as you exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Maybe a little higher with our cobra this time. Exhale, releasing down, tuck the toes. Inhale up for plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Step or float to the front of the mat. Exhale, down, forward fold. Inhale, coming halfway up. Exhale, releasing down just a little bit deeper. Inhale, rolling all the way up. Keep that inhale going. Reach the fingers up. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time as we inhale, we're going to bend deeply into the knees. Reach the fingertips up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the right elbow on the outside of the left thigh. Inhale, come right back, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh, push down with that right hand, warming up the body. Inhale, coming up, finding that nice flow. Exhale, lead with the heart. Inhale, coming halfway up. This time as we exhale, reach the fingertips out. Inhale, lengthen, transfer the weight even more towards your heels. Exhale, release down, step back to plank. Take an inhale in. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up, your back bend of choice. Keep the core engaged. Exhale, releasing down, tuck the toes. Inhale up for plank. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Step or float to the front of the mat. Exhale down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release down. This time as we inhale, bend really deep into the knees. Reach the fingertips up. Few deep breaths, chair pose. Transfer the weight even more towards your heels. Lift your toes and lift your arches. If you're pinching the shoulders to get them high, you can bring the hands to your hips. Notice if they're sticking out or tucking under. Deep breaths. Bring the hands to heart center. Right elbow, left thigh. Notice if that right knee starts to come out in front of the left. Pull it back, bend a little deeper. Open that twist a little bit more. And then inhale, coming up, chair pose. Exhale, hands to heart center, left elbow, right thigh, same deep breaths. Notice where your focus is. Notice your thoughts. And then inhale, coming up, chair pose. Exhale, lead with the heart, heading down. Now heel toe the feet out to the edges of your mat and release down a nice wide-legged forward fold. Really release the weight of the head. Clasp opposite elbows if you would like. Same deep breaths. And see if you can take note of your thoughts. Are any of your thoughts going, oh, did I connect my breath correctly during all that fast movement? Oh, did I find what I needed to find? Or, oh, where are we heading? What are we doing? Notice if the mind is trying to analyze. Take you out of your deep breath right here, right now. And recognize that the mind likes to invent mistakes. Because through mistakes, the mind finds a problem. And the mind loves problems. See if you can come back into that inner exploration and bend the right knee, keep the left leg nice and straight. Explore through the outside of the hips. What happens when I get my right shoulder closer to my right knee? What happens when my left shoulder is closer to my right knee? And then bend the left knee. Same exploration. Finding those same deep breaths. And then turn the toes out. Come into a nice, easy squat. Just going to take a moment. Open up the hips. Get the chest high. And then sit the hips down. Pull the knees into your chest. Find that little float between your tailbone and sits bones. Get the chest nice and high. The shins come parallel to the earth. Release the hands. You can straighten the legs if you would like. And if you're feeling really adventurous, you can take the fingertips up as well. Same deep breaths. Notice if you're collapsing into that low back. Long inhales, long exhales. Stopping anywhere along the way. Or if your body is starting to talk with you and say, okay, that's a little bit too much. Listen to your body, listen to your breath. Take one more inhale in. We're going to exhale and we're going to float just an inch up off the earth. Same long inhales and long exhales. Try and keep those shoulders up, keep those toes reaching long. Try and press your low back down. If you find a little shake and quiver, that means you're waking up new spots in your nervous system that haven't been active for a little while. On an inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, float. Or you can keep it right here. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale up one more time. And pull the knees in. Still float. You can stay right here. Grab a peace grip around your toes. Straighten the legs out to the sides. So try to not collapse into that low back. Same deep breaths. And notice if you're teetering or tottering or falling over a little bit. And notice if your outer life is trying to turn that into a mistake. But know that with your inner life, you're just learning. That's all. We're just taking the steps that we're taking right now. No need to be anywhere else. And pull the knees back in. Place them down. Roll gently onto your back. Knees hip distance apart, close into your sits bones. Press the knees down, lift the hips up, coming into a nice bridge. You can bring your hands underneath you if you would like for a nice supported bridge. Release the core. Same deep breaths. And lift the left heel up. Same long inhales and long exhales. And place the left heel down, lift the right heel up. And just notice the breath, notice the focus, notice the thoughts. And place that right foot down, coming up to the balls of the feet, gently rolling down, one vertebra at a time. And you can bring the soles of your feet together, let your knees fall out to the side for just a moment, right hand to your heart, left hand to your diaphragm. Feel that opening through the hips. You can stay here, or you can bring your hands down on your thighs and press your thighs away from you. See if you can get your shoulders and the crown of the head a little bit higher. See if you can feel that length through the spine. And you can stay here, or if you would like a little more of an adventure, for you to watch what I'm doing really quick. So go ahead and throw your toes up over your head if you're going to come into plow. And then I want you to work on, if you have your feet down on the earth, walk the right foot a little closer toward your head, and then slowly letting it come out as the left foot gets a little closer. You'll feel this opening through the hips and then through the thoracic spine. Just waking up the shoulders, the hips, toes, or you can just spend a little time in Supta Baddha Konasana. Just really changing up our normal flow here. Often our nervous system gets caught in these habits, whether they're good or bad. And when we start to move away from these habits, oftentimes our outer life starts to see it as a mistake, as we're doing something wrong. But when we come into this moment right now, the inner life, and we consciously make a choice, then there are no mistakes. There are no conscious mistakes. We would never purposefully choose pain. Slowly let yourself roll down. And then as you're ready, take your heels straight up into the sky. Place the hands down by your hips. See if you can lift your sits bones, your tailbone, without letting your heels get any closer to your head. So that way they're right over your hips. Same deep breaths. Try and press the low back down. And see if you could relax your shoulders, neck, head, and face. And see if you can get your heels a little higher, using that really deep, deep core, that low core. Same deep breaths. Try and relax the shoulders, the neck, the head. See if you can get your feet, your heels a little closer to the earth. Still trying to press that low back down. Trying to keep the tailbone as high as you can until you just can't keep it up any higher. Keep pressing that low back down. Keep relaxing the shoulders, the neck, the head. Try and get those heels even closer to the earth. Notice how the low back is trying to come up. Try and press it back down. Let the heels float all the way down. Slowly. And then pull the heels in towards your glutes. Place them down. Come up for another bridge. But I think you guys can go ahead and take your hands with the fingers pointing down underneath your shoulders. Start to press the hips up. And then just gently press to the crown of your head. You can stay right here. Or you can start to straighten the arms, really open up through the core, same deep breaths. Now try to not feel any of that pressure in your low back. So if that means you need to bend the arms a little bit more, or you need to come down to the top of your head, try and feel the arch up through your thoracic spine, that space in between your shoulders. And then as you're ready, coming up to the balls of the feet, slowly roll down one vertebra at a time. Pull the knees up into your chest. Gently roll up and down the spine. See if you can roll all the way up to forward fold. Take a few deep breaths and release and relax. Very nice. Now take that left foot back. Be sure that the right knee is right over the right ankle. Bring the hands to your hips and come up. Really pulling that left hip forward, pulling the right hip back. And just notice how warm everything feels. We started on our core a lot today instead of starting with our hips and legs. So really feel that warmth down in the core. Feel it active. Feel that left hip pulling forward, right hip pulling back. Reach the fingertips up. Nice deep breaths. Right hand down, reach the left fingertips up and over, and then slightly back, trying to keep that left arm completely straight, nice and long through the fingertips to feel that pull all the way down the left side. Find that focal point. And take a deep inhale in for 3, 2, 1. Long exhale out. 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale in. 3, 2, 1. Long exhale out. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, reach the fingers up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take the left elbow on the outside of the right thigh. Push down with that right hand. Place the back knee down if you need to. Stay nice and long. Finding whatever variation you would like. Or a nice deep twist. And again, notice your thoughts. Notice your focus. Notice your breath. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, slowly unwind. Make a little pillow with the left side of the mat. Place the left knee down and tuck the toes. Bring the hands to the hips. Square the hips. Notice if they're trying to come out to the side. And sinking down, start to find that little natural arch in your back. Maybe just letting the gaze turn up. Or reach the fingertips if you would like, interlacing except for the index finger. Nice long inhales and long exhales. And even here, exploring, notice if there's a little wobble and there's a little harsh on the balance. So we can take the right foot a little farther to the right. Can we sink a little deeper? Can we find a little more of an arch up through the thoracic spine, that space in between the shoulder blades? Same deep breath. Take one more inhale in. Exhale, place the left hand down on the inside of the right foot. Bend the left knee, reach back, grab that ankle. Really release through that left quad. If you need to, you can reach back with the left hand instead. Same deep breaths. Notice your thoughts. Notice the focus. Very nice. And gently release that side. Tuck the toes, let the mat unroll. Send that right foot back to meet the left. Hold it up if you would like to release that hip. And then head down through Vinyasa. Moving with your breath. And then inhale forward to plank. Exhale, bring your feet together, back behind you. Inhale, rolling onto the outside of the right foot. Reach the left fingertips up. Really spread the fingers on the right hand. Place that right knee down if you need to. Or you can bring that left foot up in for tree. Or grab a peace grip. Reach those left toes high. However you would like to find a nice Vashisthasana. Same deep breaths. And slowly coming back to plank. Then gently place the knees down, hip distance apart. Untuck the toes. Take an inhale in, drop the belly, lift the heart, press down with the tops of the feet. And exhale in reverse. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale it out. Take a few cat and cows at the pace of your breath. Feeling that nice ease of breath through the spine, the whole nervous system. And then tuck the toes as you're ready. When they lift the knees just an inch up off the earth, engage the core long through the spine. Try and get the center of the back high. Press down with the whole palm. Spread the fingers. Same deep breaths. Notice if there's a part of you that's saying, oh, this is hard, my body is tired. Come back into the inner life. Just come back into that inner experience and feel it, each sensation. And then find your way forward to a nice forward fold. Clasp opposite elbows. Let it out. A few deep breaths. Nothing you need to hold on to. Just be right here, right now. This nice, easy forward fold. Very nice. Place the hands down, send that right foot back, and then find your way up, hands to hips. Pull that right hip forward, left hip back, feel that foundation here. Reach the fingertips up as you're ready, or you can just stay right here. If your body is starting to get a little tired, then know that not reaching your fingertips up is not a mistake. And so feel free to hang out here, listen to your breath, listen to your body. And then notice if a part of you is looking for an outer form. There's a part of you that's thinking about the image of, do I have exactly a right angle? Are my hips perfectly square? Are my shoulders relaxed and my fingertips high and totally straight? That outer form is our outer life. It's the mind that's trying to come in and analyze what it is that we're doing. So I want you to close your eyes. I know it makes the balance a little harder. And then really just go into the internal sensations in the body. What am I feeling right now? What am I feeling in this moment? Not how does it look, but how does it feel? And bring the hands to heart center as you're ready. Right elbow, left thigh. Whatever variation you had on the other side. And again, going internally. Do I need to place that back knee down? Do I need to go a little deeper? Not looking for that outer form, because in the outer form, we will always have mistakes. Now yes, there's a certain amount of the outer form. We want certain alignment so we don't hurt the body. And in the same way, we need a certain amount of awareness of our outer life. There are consequences to our actions. We do need to remember to look into our past and learn from our mistakes, but we don't need to live there. Slowly unwind. Make a little pillow with the right side of the mat. Place the right knee down. Untuck the toes. Hands to the hips. Take that left foot a little farther forward if you need to, so that way you can really bend deep into that left knee. Oh yes, thank you. Left hand down, reach the right fingertips up and over. Really feel that opening down through the right side. A few deep breaths. Now, was that a mistake on my part? It wasn't a conscious mistake. So do I take that as, okay, outwardly, I missed something, I forgot something. But inwardly, do I need to judge that? Do I need to think, oh, I should have done that? Does that solve anything? Does it change anything? So we can have these outer mistakes without also experiencing an inner mistake. And then as you're ready, sink down. Find that little arch, reach the fingertips up if you would like. And then listen to your body. If you need a little break, if that left hip is feeling it, and flex the toes, take a moment, release that hip, and then find your way back as you're ready. This is a lot on the hips. We're doing a lot on the hips right now. We're going deep into a lot of space in the body where we hold on to our past. The hips is one of the favorite places for our trauma to go, for our stresses to go. And that tension in the hip, it's going to head all the way down your leg. It's going to head up to your low back. So we're just exploring right now. Just breathing. As you're ready, place that right hand down, reach back with the left hand, bend the right knee. Release that quad. And we're almost there. Just breathe a little deeper. Very nice. And gently release that side, tuck the toes, let the mat unroll, send that left foot back and up. Release that hip, be nice to it however you would like. And then inhale, coming forward to plank. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale, heading back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward to plank. Bring your feet together, back behind you. Exhale it out. Inhale, roll onto the outside of that left foot. Maybe this time we're a little more tired on this side and we want to place that left knee down so we can keep that right shoulder nice and open. If we're feeling really ambitious, we can bring that right knee up into tree. Maybe grab onto those toes. Listen to your breath, listen to your body. And again, don't go for the outer form. If you have that alignment of that left hand under the left shoulder, right shoulder stacked on top of the left, then you're fine. Besides that, don't try to make it look more awesome. Let it feel more awesome. Feel what's happening in your body. Go deeper into that. And slowly come back through plank. Place the knees down, hip distance apart. Untuck the toes. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the heart. Exhale in reverse. Take a few cat and cows with your breath. And this time, bring your toes together. Let your knees come out. Send the hips down. Take a few breaths in child's pose. Really releasing down here. As much effort as you put into all that work, the same effort into release. And then notice if, as we're slowing down, the mind is trying to come back in. The mind really likes to pull us away from taking a break. It thinks, oh, we got some free time, we have some things to figure out, we gotta notice all of our mistakes and everything we have to do in our outer life. We don't have any time for the inner life. So whatever might be trying to come in, just inhale it in. And exhale and let it go. Just come back into that inner life, that space where there are no mistakes. Slowly find your way up. Downward facing dog. Inhale, coming up to the balls of the feet. Turn the gaze forward. Walk. Float to the front of the mat. Forward fold. Bend the knees. Reach the fingers up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Start to transfer the weight over to the right foot. Now we're going to have a little fun here. So cross that left leg over. Wrap that ankle if you would like. Take the opposite arm on top. So it would be your right arm on top. Palm to palm. Wrap if you can. And just take a few breaths. So trying to get the chest nice and high. Now this is a big place in these balances where you're going to feel a lot like, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I fell over again. Oh, I fell. But that's just an outer experience. Inwardly, it's just a chance to learn. And in some of these cases, your body just might not even be able to do it yet. And so if we keep looking at it from an outer form, we're going to be making mistakes for months and years until our body can open up and do these crazy things. But it's all just steps. So be The only place that it is possible to be, and that's in this step right now. Slowly let it unroll. Bring that left knee up into your chest and keep your arms as they are. And then slowly send that heel straight back behind you. If you can't quite keep that float, you can take the fingertips down. Otherwise, try and keep that float in Warrior 3. And if you teeter and totter, you need to put a hand down. That's just an outward form. Don't let it become an inward mistake, an inner life mistake. Because in the inner life, there's only learning. It's only the opportunity for growth. Slowly place just the right fingertips down. Bring the left hand to your hip. Stack that left hip on top of the right. Reach the left fingertips up if you would like. Same deep breaths. Slowly let the left fingers come down. Tuck that left hip underneath. Reach the right fingertips up. I know that leg is really trying to yell at you right now. Trying to say there's no possible way. Just breathe through it, see what happens. If you lose your balance, you lose your balance. Now slowly try to make your way up into tree, so bring your hands to heart center. Bring that left knee up toward your chest. Try and pull it in. You can place it on the calf, inside that hip. Same deep breaths. I know that leg is on fire. Try and just breathe through it. Now if you're feeling really ambitious and crazy, reach back, grab that heel with the ankle, with the left hand. Start to reach the right hand forward. Kick into that hand, open up. Long inhales and long exhales, find that focal point. This is one of the most challenging balancing postures. So don't worry. If we're coming out of it, we're coming into the hardest one here all the way at the end. What is wrong with us? Keep moving, keep breathing. Slowly try and come back through tree if you can. And then gently place it down. Whew, let that ankle go, that leg release. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Legs nice and wide. Exhale, lead with the heart. Head down. Nice deep bend in that left knee. Really sink into that right hip. You can reach the right fingertips up if you would like. Really feel that right hip getting really high. You can even move it around. Figure out how to just release after all that work. And we're going to take the left foot back. We're going to take the right foot back. We're going to come down to our knees. Really, really spread the toes here. Be sure that your heel is right into your sits bones. And we're going to just start to lean back, engage the core. Keep those toes nice and spread. See if you can lift your knees slightly up off the mat. This is going to help to open up through all of those muscles we were just using to keep ourselves vertical, especially on that right leg. And then gently find your way forward. And this time we're going to tuck the toes. Be sure the pinky toe is involved, and then start to send the knees a little farther forward, opening up through the bottoms of the feet. All right. Now let that side go. Place the hands down. Walk the feet forward. Come into a nice forward fold. And then on an inhale, bend the knees, reach the fingers up, chair pose. Now just let go of that last side. That was only in the outer life. It's in our past. Let it go. We're going to start to move to our other side. Start to transfer the weight to the left. Cross that right leg over, wrap if you would like. Opposite arm on top, so left arm on top. Same deep breaths. Find that focal point. And again, every time that we're coming out of balance and we catch ourselves, see if you can notice how the outer life, the mind, tries to take over and go, oh, that was a mistake. Oh, I screwed up. Start to notice the habits of the thoughts and how the mind tries to come in to label and judge. And can we just experience without judging it? And it's not easy. We're very good at analyzing and judging because it is a very useful tool to have. But it is only a tool. So is the tool helping or hindering? Slowly unwind. Bring that knee up towards your chest. Start to send it back. Find that balance. Nice warrior 3. Fingertips down if you need to, or keep them wrapped. Same deep breaths. Try to keep that right hip right next to the left so it's not stacking at all. Find that focal point. Long inhales, long exhales. Slowly let the left fingers come down. Stack that right hip on top of the left. Hand to your hip. We're reaching that right hand up. Float if you're feeling ambitious. Slowly, gently let that right hand come down. Tuck that right hip under. Reach those left fingers up. Find that nice twist. The outside of that hip. Same deep breaths. Long through the entire body, reaching out from the center. Slowly, slowly. Try and pull back through warrior 3, hands to heart center. Pull that knee all the way up into your chest. Slowly let it come out to tree. Notice if we're collapsing into that hip. Try and pull it back, long through the spine, long with the breath. Staying here, or if you're feeling it on this side, reach that right hand back. Left hand comes forward. Kick into that hand. Find that focal point. Long through the body, long with the breath. We're almost there. And slowly, with control, balance the whole way. Back through tree. Gently place it down. Release that side. And forward fold. Step back. One more time. Let's come to our knees. Really spread the toes. Release through the toes, through the front of that leg. And moving nice and slow. Tuck the toes. Release through the bottoms of the feet. Send the knees forward. And place the hands down. Slightly wider leg, forward fold. Bend into the right knee. Right hand down. Explore through the outside of that left hip. Reach the left fingertips up if you would like. Same deep breaths. And we have made it. I'm going to squat down one more time. Heel toe the feet out to the edges of your mat. Turn your toes out. Elbows right into your knees. Chest nice and high. Notice if there's just a little more space this time. Maybe gently rocking from side to side. And then place the hands down toward the edges of your mat. And start to take the weight forward. Really spread the fingers. Nice bend in your elbows. And see if you can just place your knees up onto your triceps. Maybe we'll just hang out here for a little while with the knees on the triceps. Maybe trying to lift one toe at a time. Can I just do the left side? Can I just do the right? Can I lift both my toes? If I can lift both my toes, can I bring my big toes together? Just spending a little time, strength of the wrists. And then step all the way back to plank. Take an inhale in. Exhale down, chaturanga. Inhale through and up. Exhale back, downward facing dog. One final downward dog. Notice if it feels just a little different. Come up to the balls of the feet. Walk forward. And then just sit back. And take your hands behind you. Feet hip distance apart. Press the hips up. Nice reverse table. Let the head fall back if you would like. And then start to bring the hips toward the earth. Cross that right ankle over the left thigh. And then sit your hips back towards your hands. Sit up nice and tall. Keep the right toes nice and flexed. And if you can walk that left foot a little closer. And if this is still comfortable and we're not collapsing into that low back, and walk the left foot toward the right side of the mat. Keep both toes nice and flexed. Place the knees down. Come into fire log if you would like. Otherwise, you can just stay right here in a nice figure four. And if anyone's feeling really ambitious, you can walk the fingers out. And take a little time. Let's close the eyes wherever you are. And explore in that right hip. What happens when I lengthen through my spine? What happens when I engage the core? Flex the toes even more. Finding those same long inhales and long exhales. Just going nice and deeply into what's happening in the body. Into each of those sensations. What's happening with the focus and the breath. And slowly find your way up. Notice if your mind has taken you anywhere. And just notice it, not judging it. Bring that left foot back over. Lift the hips, come back to a nice reverse tabletop. Start to cross that left ankle over the right thigh. Send the hips back towards your hands. Left toes nice and flexed. Nice and high with your chest. Maybe bringing that right foot in a little closer. And deciding where you would like to spend a little time on this side. Walk that right foot over if you would like. Stack the shins. Stopping anywhere along the way. And as we're slowing down, noticing what's happening with your focus, what's happening with your thoughts, your breath. And see if you can notice the habits of the thoughts without judging them. Because if we're listening to our thoughts, And then we judge them as, oh, that thought was a mistake. Instead of watching our thoughts have just come in through the back door. And they're analyzing and judging themselves. Which then just gets really complicated. So see if you can let go of any of that by coming into a deeper breath right now. This focus on our breath is such a powerful way to become conscious of the now. To become conscious of a space where no mistakes are possible. Where an existence without regret, pain, stress, responsibility exists. Because you are only responsible for your inner life. There will always be things happening in your outer life. Your life will always happen. We can make as many plans as we want. But as we all know, those plans always change. So why get attached to them? And then as those plans change and leave and become the past, why regret them? And why would we do anything else except for take responsibility for our own inner space and to hold space for others to do the same? If we would not consciously choose pain for ourselves, then why would we ever consciously choose pain for anyone else? Slowly find your way up. Gently release that side. And let the feet come out. And place the elbows down like we were hanging out at the beach. And let your toes relax. And start to let your head fall back. Just release into a nice fish pose. And place the crown of your head down if you would like. And gently release all the way to your mat. We're going to come into one more back bend now that we're nice and warm. So you can bring the heels up toward your glutes. Or if your body's just had enough, you can just take a little time and Supta Baddha Konasana. The feet together, knees out to the side. So press the heels down, lift the hips up. Come up to Urdhva Dhanurasana if you would like, or spend a little time in bridge. One last time to open the heart. And then gently find your way down. Pull that right knee up into your chest. Lengthen that left leg out. Pull the right knee over the body. And a nice spinal twist. And notice any part of your outer life that is still trying to come in. And if there's any part of your outer life that is trying to come in, just inhale it in, accept that it's already there. Exhale and let it go. So often when the outer life comes in, we start to think, oh, darn it. I'm already thinking of that thing. Oh, I don't want to have that negative feeling. But once your mind has allowed it in, then it's already in your past and there's nothing we can do about it. So accept it. Allow it completely. Recognize that any of those feelings, they're not mistakes. They just are. They're already there. So there's no reason to turn it into a problem. It's just another opportunity for you to come into a deeper breath, to come more consciously into now. And slowly coming back through center. Bring that left knee in, pull it over the body, head to the other side. And then in the same way, notice if the mind is trying to plan. It's trying to pull you into the responsibilities of your future. The ability of the mind to project into the future is a wonderful tool so we can make the right plans to accomplish the things in our outer life that we want to accomplish. But it is just a tool. And if we spend all of our time in the now projecting into the future, then we'll miss the space of now. We'll miss the space right now where we can take in a deeper breath. Exhale and let it out. From the point of view of the outer life, we're going to make mistakes. We're going to continue making mistakes until the day we die. So why turn that into a problem? Let go of any of these projected mistakes in our future. And then slowly, as we come back through center, allow ourselves to come into the now as we extend out into our final shavasana, this space where no mistakes are possible. So as long as we bring our consciousness, our awareness into our breath in this moment, we'll know exactly what it is that we need to do. We'll know exactly what step we need to take right now. We can find gratitude for the tools of our past, what we've learned from our mistakes. And we can find gratitude in the projection of our future, in which we might learn even more. But right now, we are neither stuck in the mistakes of our past, nor fearful of the mistakes of our future. We are just in this breath right now. So be with this breath, be with these sensations in the body, by recognizing that it is impossible to be anywhere else. We live an existence of no mistakes. When we start to recognize that there are no mistakes. There are no mistakes right now. In a deep breath. And a little more release, a little more surrender. This allowing just to be. Notice where your thoughts have taken you. Notice any part of you that is trying to figure out, judging, analyzing, trying to make sense of and categorize. And invite in a deep breath. Whatever it might be, see if you can breathe through it. And stay right here on your mat. Or find your way back to a comfortable seated position. Notice if your nervous system is a little calmer, if your breath is a little easier, if your thoughts are a little further apart. And maybe we can see that mistakes can only exist in our past or in our future, but not if we come into right now. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Take your time, there is no rush. I just want to thank you so much for allowing me to guide you. As most of you know, these are all donation-based classes. We ask that you honor the suggested $15 donation if you're able, or leave whatever you can, so that we can continue to bring this service to our community and to the world. For those of you at home, there's a little donation button on your screen, and for those of you that make it here in person, a little donation station on your way out. I hope that you will take this sense of release and surrender when you can make your way into here and now. If you're finding yourself in a space where it feels like you are overwhelmed by all the choices that have been made, wondering which ones have been mistakes and which ones we wish we could change. I hope that you will come back into a nice, deep, conscious breath and recognize that in this moment right now, if we are fully aware and fully conscious, we would never consciously make a bad choice, make a mistake. So I hope that you will take this into your day, your week, your month, your life, and it is a brilliant one.